rises from the sea like a promise, an island where the sacred and the everyday exist in the same breath. Here, the day begins with the scent of incense and frangipani, as families place small offerings of flowers and rice on doorsteps before the sun fully wakes. These little baskets, called canang sari, are placed with quiet devotion, a daily ritual repeated for generations without question. Balinese people move through life with a gentle rhythm, unhurried, guided by faith, family, and the land they cultivate. Rice terraces cascade down hillsides in impossible shades of green, shaped by hands that have farmed this way for centuries. Temples rise on nearly every corner, from grand seaside shrines to small family altars tucked behind courtyard walls. Music and dance are woven into daily life, not performed for show, but offered as prayer, as gratitude, as connection to something larger. The gamelan's metallic chimes drift through village air, marking ceremonies that happen almost every week somewhere on the island. Food here tells its own story, built on fragrant spice pastes, fresh coconut, and rice grown in the very fields nearby. A plate of nasi campur, piled high with vegetables, meat, and sambal, reflects the island's belief in balance and abundance. Warungs, the small family-run eateries, serve meals cooked the same way mothers and grandmothers have cooked them for decades. Beyond the temples and rice fields, Bali's coastline unfolds in dramatic contrast, from black volcanic sand to turquoise reef-lined bays. Surfers chase waves at sunrise in Canggu and Uluwatu, while fishermen in traditional jukung boats head out just as the sky begins to lighten. Cliffside temples like Tanah Lot seem to float above the crashing sea, framed by golden light at dusk. Beneath the surface, coral gardens and gentle currents make the island's waters a quiet paradise for divers and dreamers alike. Ceremony and celebration never feel far away, with processions of white-clad worshippers moving through streets toward the sea or temple grounds. Even amid rapid tourism growth, the Balinese hold tightly to tradition, weaving modern life around ancient customs rather than replacing them. Visitors are welcomed not as outsiders, but as guests, invited briefly into a rhythm that has existed long before travel became easy. This is Bali, an island of ritual and rice fields, of waves and worship, where culture is not preserved in museums, but lived every single day. And in the pages that follow, that island reveals itself fully, its people, its food, its faith, and its endless meeting of land and sea. life in Bali begins before dawn, as the first light touches rice paddies still wet with morning dew. Farmers wade into flooded fields, continuing a system of irrigation called subak that has shaped Balinese agriculture and community for over 1,000 years. This ancient network isn't just about water, it's a philosophy, a shared responsibility between neighbors, temples, and the land itself. In villages, mornings often start with the soft clatter of women preparing canang sari, small woven offerings filled with flowers, rice, and incense. These offerings appear everywhere, on temple steps, motorbike seats, shop counters, a quiet reminder that spirituality touches every corner of daily life. Balinese Hinduism shapes nearly every rhythm of the island, blending ancestor worship, animism, and Hindu philosophy into something distinctly local. Ceremonies happen constantly, from small household rituals to elaborate temple festivals that can last several days and involve entire communities. During these Odalan, or temple anniversaries, villagers dress in white and gold, carrying towering fruit offerings balanced gracefully on their heads. Gamelan orchestras accompany these events, their layered metallic tones creating music that feels both hypnotic and deeply rooted in place. Traditional dances like the legong or barong are performed not merely as entertainment, but as living stories passed down through generations of dancers. Family compounds reflect this same spiritual structure, built around a household temple where each generation continues rituals begun by ancestors long gone. Multiple generations often live together within these walled compounds, sharing courtyards, meals, and responsibilities in a deeply interconnected way of life. Children grow up surrounded by ceremony, learning temple etiquette and offering rituals almost as early as they learn to walk. Beyond spirituality, Balinese cuisine reveals another layer of culture, rooted in fresh ingredients, bold spice blends, and communal cooking traditions. Base genep, a foundational spice paste made from turmeric, galangal, shallots, and chili, forms the backbone of countless traditional dishes. Babi guling, whole roasted pig seasoned with this spice blend, is often reserved for ceremonies, a dish tied as much to celebration as to flavor. In everyday life, warungs serve simpler fare. Plates of rice, accompanied by vegetables, tempeh, and sambal, made fresh each morning. Markets buzz before sunrise, with vendors selling tropical fruit, fresh fish, and hand-woven baskets destined for temple offerings later that day. Coffee culture thrives here too, especially in the highlands, where family-run plantations grow beans amid volcanic soil and cool mountain air. Balinese coffee, often brewed strong and unfiltered, is shared slowly, a pause built into busy days, much like the offerings themselves. Beyond the rice terraces and temple courtyards, Bali's coastline offers an entirely different rhythm, shaped by tide, wind, and sea. In the south, beaches like Uluwatu and Tanah Lot draw surfers chasing powerful reef breaks beneath dramatic limestone cliffs. Further north, the black volcanic sands of Ubud and Tulamben hide some of the island's richest coral reefs, just steps from shore. Traditional jukung fishing boats, painted in bright colors with outriggers on either side, still launch each morning much as they have for generations. Fishermen read the sea by instinct, timing their departures around currents and moonlight rather than modern instruments. At sunset, the cliffside temple of Tanah Lot draws crowds who gather quietly to watch waves crash against ancient stone silhouetted in gold light. Uluwatu Temple offers a similar spectacle, perched dramatically above the ocean, where traditional Kecak fire dances are performed as the sun disappears. Beneath the water, Bali's marine life flourishes, with coral gardens, sea turtles, and even migrating mola sunfish drawing divers from around the world. Coastal villages depend heavily on this relationship with the sea, balancing fishing traditions with the growing presence of tourism along the shoreline. Despite rapid development in areas like Seminyak and Canggu, many coastal communities still hold tightly to fishing rituals and offerings made to the sea goddess. Boats are blessed before major fishing seasons, a reminder that even modern livelihoods remain tied to ancestral belief. Inland, terraced landscapes like Tegalalang and Jatiluwih reveal the artistry of Balinese farming, with emerald rice fields stepping down hillsides in perfect symmetry. Terraces aren't just agricultural, they're spiritual, each level tied to water temples that regulate flow and honor the goddess of rice, Dewi Shri. Farmers still follow ceremonial planting calendars, timing rice cycles around religious observances rather than purely practical schedules. This blending of the sacred and the practical defines much of Balinese life, where economic survival and spiritual devotion move in tandem rather than conflict. Art and craftsmanship thrive throughout the island as well, with villages like Ubud specializing in wood carving, silverwork, and traditional painting. Many of these skills are passed down within families, taught not in classrooms, but through years of quiet apprenticeship beside parents and grandparents. Even as tourism reshapes parts of the island, traditional Balinese architecture endures, with thatched roofs, carved gateways, and open-air pavilions found in nearly every village. Modern hotels and villas often incorporate these same design elements, a nod to heritage even amid rapid transformation. Balinese hospitality reflects this same duality, warm and welcoming to visitors, while remaining rooted in deep respect for tradition and ceremony. Guests are often invited, however briefly, into the rhythm of temple life, offered a glimpse into rituals that have shaped the island for centuries. Despite the pressures of modern tourism, many Balinese communities have worked deliberately to preserve subak irrigation systems, temple festivals, and artisan crafts. This effort reflects a broader philosophy known as Tri Hita Karana, the belief in harmony between people, nature, and the divine. That philosophy quietly shapes nearly everything on the island, from rice cultivation to fishing practices to the layout of family temples. In the end, Bali is not simply a destination defined by beaches or sunsets, but a living culture shaped by devotion, community, and balance. Its people carry forward centuries-old rituals not as performance, but as an ongoing conversation between land, sea, and spirit. And it is this quiet, enduring rhythm, sacred yet unassuming, that leaves visitors with more than memories, a lingering sense of harmony they carry long after they leave the island.